Your wish has been granted.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and happy Monday. This is Eternal Dragon TCGs coming to you with the next episode of 3 Wishes Later. And today we have a big one. This weekend was eventful. We had another day of cheating in Bologna, Italy's regional event. And honestly, we have a lot of feelings about it. What do you guys think about what happened this weekend?
All I gotta say is, wow. W-O-W, wow.
It's pretty egregious, you know. It's
not even it's ridiculous how bad the cheating was. That's all I gotta say.
It's like wild because it's like you can see it firsthand, but you have to like get an eye on it. Like you have to keep a good eye on like cards and drawing and stuff like that. You have to get a good eye on it.
Absolutely. And the boys and I have gone over this the clip of the entire game of the finals of the tournament. We've watched it in 0.5 slow-mo to see every single hand gesture, every movement, every intentional movement and turn ever taken, and it's gone deeper than the two things that we saw. So we're gonna start off with like the most obvious cheats that we heard about, and of course this is between Ivo and Simone. In the finals, it was Super Saiyan 3 Goku versus Tien. Shouts out to Simone for getting to finals with Tien. Nobody saw it coming.
Hey, he's number one in my heart, Simon.
100%.
Simone, Simon, either way.
Yeah, however you pronounce it, I just Simone. But so the most egregious ones were the fact that Ivo charged a Sensu Bean after using it, Z charged, which is how do you charge an extra card into the Z energy with that deck? You just don't do that. Very, very deliberate. And then the other big one is the fact that he drew 2 off of a Pilaf play, Pilaf Shumai, which everyone should know you only get 1 card off that. And it was pretty egregious. And honestly, you know, at this point, you're just tarnishing your own reputation even further than it already is.
Exactly. There was 2 more instances of him cheating. One was kind of a soft cheat that you could kind of say that, yeah, I guess that could be misinterpreted or misunderstood, but there's evidence to back up the facts that he already asked about this and was given clear answers by the Judge Discord and other sources that are official, like Bandai judges, that definitely does not support what he did in the game. And the example I'll give is the activating Revenge. So he played the Goku Goma concept rare, the blue one, and he redirected the attack, played Senzu Bean, restood 2 energy, and then activated Revenge. That card, you have to activate Revenge the moment that it's played, and that was already discussed, and that's what everybody decided it was going to be, including the judges. But what he did was not how cards in this game work. That's not how cards in this game work.
He missed timing completely. He tried to be cheeky with it. Sensu beamed up, tried to play it mid after it already hit the board. So he should have never gotten the Revenge. And
so
Simon should have never, lost a card.
Yes, all in one combat, Ivo played the concept rare, played Senzu Bean, fucked up the phasing with that, activated Revenge, Z-charged the Senzu Bean, super comboed, and then in the same battle, Z-charged the super combo on top of the Senzu Bean directly after.
There's just so much going on there that you can't whoopsie your way out of this one. And honestly, it just goes even deeper.
Yes, we watched the video. We had some sources help us a little bit. There was a new clip that was brought to light, and I don't know if we can insert a clip or not, but I'll do my best to insert a clip in the video for you guys to see it. Immediately when he starts his turn 4, I believe, or turn 3, depending on what he ramped, I'm not sure which it was. He had his Boo Unison out, he charges for turn, activates main on Boo Unison, and he draws 2 cards off of the activate main. or no, he draws 2 for turn, and then
Correct.
he deliberately goes out of his way to show that he only drew 1 off of the Majin Buu Unison. So in this game, in this game, there was 2 instances of him drawing 2 cards. There was the first instance with him on turn 2 playing Pilaf Shumai, drawing 2 cards, and then there was the instance of him drawing 2 to start his turn off. And one thing that we also noticed watching the video footage through, if you watch Ivo's body language, the draws that he draws more than 1 on, you can see that he draws them differently than when he draws only 1 card. It's like he goes out of his way to show you, hey, I'm drawing 1 card here, but then when I want to draw 2, I'm going to just draw it real quick and then follow it up with another effect that draws me a card, so then there's no timing for you to ask how many cards I have in hand.
Correct. And then another thing that you can notice is Simon, when he does this double draw, he's making sure that Simon is looking at his own board, paying attention to his board instead of what Ivo is doing. So he only seems to do this when the opponent is not paying attention. So this is just a lesson to all of you listening out there. Make sure you're paying attention to what your opponent does as they're doing it. And of course, another way that kind of Ivo locked down the body language manipulation is he always maintained like eye contact when he could with Simon, so that Simon's not looking down at his hand.
Exactly.
And then the gesture of on the times that he would deliberately, because what he would do on the times when he was drawing legally is he would draw a card, show that he drew 1 card, and then added it to his hand. The times that he did it with the 2, he went straight to hand. So the guy, he didn't do any deliberate like movements to show, hey, I drew 1 card, and it only happened with these moments when he drew an extra card when he shouldn't have.
Exactly. Keeping an eye on the body language of your opponent, or the person that you're fighting in the card game, I think is a super important thing to be aware of. I know that in the tournament setting, you're worried about what you're doing on your turn, so you shouldn't be like having to worry about what your opponent's doing on your turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of us can forget to just like not keep an eye on what's going on the field. But with all of the instances that we've had in the past like 6 months to like 9 months, with Nats and finals and all of that, all of the cheating that we've heard about, we have to make sure that we're keeping an eye on the opponent's field as much, if not more, than ours, because we cannot, as a player, like, we cannot afford to pay $30 to get cheated out of a game that you play for fun in the end. Like, we all play this for fun.
Absolutely. And of course, you know, speaking of just not even just the $30, but just think about the prizing that you potentially lost. So Simon, you know, he was in the finals. He could have won the match. And to those of you saying that, you know, the Z charge didn't matter or the draws didn't matter, which the draws always matter. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter. It's the fact that it was properly played and improperly played, and it could have mattered. That extra Z could have got him another battle card on field or some sort of like action that he needed another Z energy for. It could have been the Z extra or whatever. So it doesn't matter if it ended up ultimately not affecting the game in the long run, but it still matters because it could have. And it always matters.
Yeah, people that say that it does not matter are delusional, because this card game, it all boils down to math. Sure, if you have even skilled players fighting each other, and in the end, it's whoever's better at math. Like, is this trade worth it? Is this trade not worth it? Like, in the end, every trade that you take and every trade that you don't take is on you as the player, and if that's a good choice, it's a good choice. If it's bad, it's bad. But it's very important.
The frustrating part for me is people pretending like reporting this stuff. Well, it's not even pretending because it's the way that it seems to work, is it being quote unquote too late to change anything. Well, that's not true at all. If you're a tournament organizer and someone reports to you that something was cheated or not done right, I mean, especially with streamed events like this, you can go back and look at the footage before you report the match. And in the tournament, and you can DQ that player. You could, and we're not even specifically talking about today, just in the past, over the years of this game. Because the thing about card games is that cheating is always going to be rampant, and it's not so much that we can stop cheating; it's about what we do with it when we catch it. And it seems like with Dragon Ball, 99% of the cheating, it seems like it just gets swept under the rug because it's quote unquote too late, and it's never too late. Something can always be done. Whether or not the tournament has ended, whether or not it got caught in the moment, something can be done. Sure, someone could have won an event that they cheated, but if they catch that they cheated, well, if the prizing hasn't gotten sent out, well, the prizing could be taken away. If the prizing's already been sent out, well, okay, they got away with it, but you could still ban their Bandai account. You could put a ban on them. You can suspend them. There's always something that can be done. It just matters that the TO doesn't want to do the extra paperwork involved or do the reporting or what have you. But it's just acting like that it's too late to do something unless you catch it right there in the moment is insane to me.
I agree 100%.
I
think
with
there's
that.
There's not enough initiative taken by Bandai for any of the stuff that is happening in their tournaments. I understand that they know that Masters isn't going to get bigger. They know that this game is they don't care enough to make this game bigger, so they're going to just keep it how it is. But in my head, if you're going to keep it how it is, you should at least make sure that the systems that are in place are at least valid enough that the average player can report a malicious player when they do something like this in a tournament. When there should be systems in place for people to be able to report other people to Bandai with obvious evidence, right? Whether it be video or picture proof, straight up this is him, this is him doing it. I think they need to have some system in place to punish these players. I think there's no systems in place, so they feel more up to doing it. If you don't care what people think about you, which I'm sure Ivo really doesn't care what people think about him. He plays Black Hatch, let's be real. If you don't care what people think about you and you're allowed to cheat, Bandai
why would
doesn't.
You ever stop?
Yeah, why would you ever stop? If Bandai's not gonna do anything to say, hey, you're not allowed to cheat in our tournaments, why the fuck would you stop? You're gonna keep winning these $1,000 cards. You're gonna keep selling them, and you're gonna keep winning them, and it's gonna destroy the reputation of the card game that we all love, because Bandai refuses to do anything. They won't even make a fucking public statement, and I think that's what is. They just sweep it under the rug, and I think that's my biggest issue with it.
Yeah, it's wild because it's literally they look at this and they go, oh, okay, and they're like, oh, it's like a child thing, oh, you did something bad, slap on the wrist, don't do it again. But it's this is a big thing for the whole community and people who go to these tournaments. It's
exactly.
It's
we're paying money.
Yeah, we're paying our own hard-earned money to go to these tournaments to get good prizing, or at least to have fun. To a point where we hear that cheaters are winning these tournaments. Not everyone, but just cheaters by himself. It's we don't want to push our money to go to these tournaments anymore.
Exactly. As the average players that actually play the game that they put out and put money into it, I don't think I'll be attending any tournaments until something is done, because if I have to worry about spending $30 of my own money to go to a tournament just to get cheated on, or spend $30 of my own money to have to worry about what my opponent's doing 100% of the time we're playing rather than what I'm doing, that just feels unfair to me as the player. Because
and not only the $30 for injury, think about the travel.
Exactly, because some of these people are traveling
these
from different countries, and for them to show up to an event and get cheated by a man that has no I imagine he has no like any bad feelings about this at all. I'm sure he's happy as can be that he won himself a golden Zamasu.
Well, and what's insane to me is because I get really passionate about stuff like this, and I'm afraid, like, and I don't know how to say this without sounding like I'm like puffing out my chest or something like that. But if like, because I know nothing gets done about this kind of stuff, if someone did that to me, like if I was in a finals or if I was in a match that would put me in the finals or some kind of like high level, like high table matchup that could determine my like the position of where my ending ranking is, and like I get cheated and then I point it out or I'd find out about it and they say that, well, it's too late, we can't do anything about it. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it in that time, but I feel like I'd be damn near liable to jump over a table on somebody because like that's you just cheated me out of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
Exactly, like
Yeah.
how Simone handled it on Facebook, because he put out a statement saying that like the TLDR of it is like he's going to put in a report to Bandai, like which I think is perfectly valid. I think that people need to support this. We need to support the idea of pushing Bandai shit in with like we need to harass them at this point to get something put into place, because they're doing nothing and they do not care about any of us apparently. So like the more we cause issues, I think the better, because then they'll at least have eyes on us.
Absolutely. And I think like the most important thing that like actually like matters, like the most like encompassing statement that I can think of that to describe this situation is that evil prevails when good men stay silent. And so all of us who have seen this stuff happen and have experienced this stuff, I understand that it can be somewhat intimidating where you don't want to be the guy that, you know, causes a bunch of drama, but you need to put your voice out there and say something. If you've been cheated by somebody, you need to say something so that other people don't experience that problem in the future. Or if it's by Ivo or by Robert Rizzi or one of the Hill twins or the people that we all legends, like all these people that have a reputation. And this isn't me trying to like go on a witch hunt for all these people, because that's not going to do anything. But like we have to be so aware of these people that we have to go even further into our own like brain to pay attention to every single move, which you should do anyway. But the fact that you have to pay extra attention to that to an already pretty mentally taxing game,
Exactly.
you know, it's unreal, and it's disheartening to a lot of people, because people will start to think, why am I going out of my way to play these tournaments when I'm just going to run into another cheater? Or the same people may go, well, if you can't beat them, just join them. And then at that point, we're just going to be the cheating card game. And that kind of goes across all card games, especially Bandai card games, because Bandai does not handle, you know, cheats very well at all. And so I think all of us need to say something.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need to make it well known, whether it be Bandai actually putting it out there or us as the community of Dragon Ball Masters players, right? We need to condemn cheating. Just condemn it. Whether it be at our locals, we need to get with our store owners, we need to get with our tournament organizers, and we need to say, hey, as a majority vote, right? None of us are okay with this person that is a notorious cheater, whether it be Ivo or whoever you choose that is an actual cheater. We need to band together and be like, we refuse to play with these guys unless you do something about it. Like whether you ban them from the event or you ban them from participating, like put in a actual report since you're the tournament organizer to Bandai, because that's a quicker process than an actual person just messaging Bandai's get me email. Like we as the general public need to just say enough is enough. We need to stop letting them participate in online regionals. We need to stop letting them participate in locals, because the more that they participate in these events, the more that they're just gonna be this way. This is our way of punishing players that are taking advantage of Bandai's system.
And here's the thing that also, like I forgot to mention, that blows my mind about the events of the day. These were actions committed by someone who is a known judge for this game.
Yes.
If he's not playing in the tournament, he's often invited to judge the game. So like, does Bandai really want this guy representing the game as a judge if he's doing everything to break the rules in game? I mean, I wouldn't want that, and I don't think anybody else wants that.
I don't think so. Like,
Yeah,
like,
I don't think so
it's,
either.
In my head, it's one thing to be accused of cheating, but it's another thing to be caught cheating and you say nothing. You
Yeah, I
say
don't think he's put out a
absolutely
statement
you say absolutely nothing to defend yourself or to help defend your sons that are getting all of this backlash for no reason. You have caused so much, like, I'm sure you've caused so much turmoil with you and your two sons just because of what you have done, your selfish acts on cheating like this. I'm sure it is, like, regardless of what people want, this is going to affect you and your family's reputation, and it's not good. This is terrible that you did this for your sons specifically.
Absolutely, because now everybody's going to see, just by association. It's not even like saying that your kids are also cheating, but like just your actions are alone will affect them.
Yes.
Everybody's going to see the Ivo family and go, oh, that whole family's a bunch of cheaters.
Guilty by association.
And that's not fair.
It's not fair at all to your sons. Like, it's ridiculous because they genuinely, in my own head, I think that they are okay. They're perfectly fine. I don't think they deserve any of this backlash that they're getting because they did absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, and it's just really sad to hear about that too. It's like they're like good people. They could, it's just that one action just hurts everything, and it's very sad to hear about that.
Exactly.
And really what it breaks down to me, for me, is it's not a question of when will all this end, is when is it going to begin? When is repercussions going to start?
Exactly. Whether it be from us or from Bandai.
Yeah,
because cheating's never going to go away.
It's never going to go away. Like video games, to schools, trying to cheat a test, but that's going through high school. That's a different story. But from just games to card games, there's always going to be 1 out of 1,000,000 cheaters, or even 100. There's always someone cheating in a game or a card game. It's never going to stop unless we say something about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going back to what Brent said earlier, if you have suspicions that your opponent is doing something shady, you should never feel bad for calling the judge over or calling the judge to your Discord call, whether you're on online or in-person events. These guys are doing nothing. Please call them to your tables. They might say that they're doing something, but most of the time they're doing nothing. Please give them something to do. Please make them watch your opponent so you don't have to. Let them be your safeguard on your turn if you don't feel comfortable playing the person you're fighting. Like, if you're going to participate in a tournament and you don't want to waste that energy worrying about what your opponent's going to do on your turn, just have a judge come in and say, hey, could you watch my next turn for me? Because if something happens, it's not on you, it's on the judge because you called him over there.
Absolutely. Well, unless you guys have anything else to add there, I think we can give this a wrap.
Yes, sir. We're good.
Yep, there's nothing else. That's all I wanted to say. It's just, I can't believe this happened, and, I don't want to spend $30 to go to a tournament.
Mind you, I'm going to Texas next weekend.
Hey, man. Hey. You better watch out for Ivo, dude.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of 3 Wishes Later. Keep an eye on your opponents and keep an eye on their cards, and always play your best, and we'll see you in the next one.
Stay cheating.
Peace.